On a rainy afternoon, a hobbling old woman, drenched from head to toe, walked into a Philadelphia department store. Looking at her shabby appearance and simple dress, all the sales clerks ignored her, except for a young man who said warmly, "Madam, is there anything I can do for you?" The old woman smiled and said, "No, I just want to take a shelter here and will leave soon." However, she looked obviously uneasy, because the rainwater was dripping from her feet to the carpet at the entrance. At a loss, the old woman was approached by the young man again. He said, "Madam, you must be tired. I'll get a chair for you to sit by the door and take a rest." After the rain stopped 2 hours later, the old woman thanked the young man and asked for his business card before she disappeared into the crowd. Several months later, James, the general manager of the Philadelphia department store, received a letter. The letter specifically requested the young man to go to Scotland to receive an order of decorating materials and be responsible for the supply of office supplies for several family-owned companies in the next quarter. James was shocked. He calculated quickly and found that the profits brought by this letter alone were equivalent to the sum of their profits in 2 years. After he contacted the writer as soon as possible, he learned that she was the mother of Andrew Carnegie, the American billionaire known as the King of Steel. She was the old woman who took shelter in the Philadelphia department store several months ago. James immediately recommended the young man named Philip to the board of directors. When Philip was ready to go to Scotland, he had already become a partner of the department store. That year, Philip was 22 years old. A boy was born in New York to a poor family and felt like he had no future. One day, his father showed him an old shirt and asked, "How much do you think this shirt could sell for?" "Maybe $1, the boy replied. "Can you sell it for $2? His father asked. "Only a fool would buy it," the boy exclaimed. "Why not give it a try? If you can sell it, it would be a big help to our family," his father explained. The boy nodded and said, "I'll try, but I don't think I can do much." He carefully washed the old shirt, and the next day he went to a subway station. After about 6 hours, he successfully sold the shirt to a passerby. 10 days later, his father asked him, "Can you sell an old shirt for $20? "No, an old shirt is only worth $2, the boy argued. "Why not try again?" his father suggested. The boy asked his cousin to draw a cute Mickey Mouse on the shirt, and soon it was sold to a little girl who loved the design. When the boy returned home, his father handed him an 18-year-old shirt and asked if he could sell it for $200, and, surprisingly, the boy took the shirt without hesitation. A famous movie star was coming to New York, so the boy pushed through the crowd and got her to sign the shirt. Soon after, a businessman bought the shirt for $200, and his father was thrilled and asked, "Son, what did you learn from selling these old shirts?" The boy replied, "Our value depends on the added value we give to."
A little girl passed by a shop and saw a beautiful necklace. She asked the shopkeeper, "Sir, I'd like to buy that necklace for my sister. Could you please wrap it nicely for me?" The shopkeeper looked at her and asked, "Do you have enough money?" The little girl put a few coins on the table. The shopkeeper was obviously stunned, as the price of the necklace was far more than those coins. "Is this enough?" asked the little girl innocently. "Since my mother passed away, my sister has been taking care of us just like a mother. I really want to give her a beautiful gift so that I can see her smile. This is all the money I have." The shopkeeper was moved by her words. Without saying anything, he turned and wrapped the necklace. Then he said to the little girl, "It's wrapped. Take good care of it and don't lose it." Not long after, a girl came to the shop and took out the necklace. "Excuse me, did you sell this necklace here?" "Yes." "How much was it?" "The transaction price is a secret between me and the customer. My sister only has a few coins. She couldn't afford such a necklace." The girl left the necklace and was about to leave, but the shopkeeper stopped her. "She paid a higher price than any adult, with all her money. She just wanted to see you smile." Saying that, the shopkeeper handed the necklace to the girl and then left.
A man had a lovely daughter, and he doted on her deeply because she was the only family he had in the world. One day, his daughter fell ill. He was so anxious that he immediately took her to see a doctor. However, the doctor told him that with the current level of medical technology, it was impossible to cure her illness. The man broke down in tears upon hearing this, but he did not give up. Instead, he took his daughter to seek medical help everywhere. Nevertheless, all his efforts were futile, and the little girl eventually passed away due to her illness. Since then, the father had become a changed man. He locked himself in his room and lived in sorrow every day. He drank heavily all day and refused any concern from his friends. One night, he had a dream. In the dream, he went to heaven and witnessed a grand celebration of little angels. The angels formed a line and passed by a large white throne. Each of them held a candle in their hands. He noticed that one little angel's candle was not lit. Curious, he walked closer and found that the little angel was actually his daughter. Tears streamed down his face as he excitedly hugged her and looked at her tenderly. He asked, "Baby, why is only your candle not lit?" She replied, "Daddy, they often try to relight my candle, but your tears always put it out." At that moment, he woke up with a start, and his eyes were blurred with tears. But the dream also taught him a lesson. From then on, he no longer indulged in negativity but faced life positively. His friends were happy to see him emerge from despair, and from then on, his daughter's candle was never extinguished by his tears again.